are a lot of people spread over a couple of floors in the science building and will be spread over multiple pavilions in the new core science facility. As of right now, we have about 330 undergraduate students. So that's students who are from year 1 to year 4 in a biology major, or in year 4 or 5 of a biology honors. We also have a number of minors, so students who may be completing a business degree or an arts degree, and they've chosen that biology is going to be their minor. We're actually one of the biggest graduate student populations on campus, and a lot of you will get to know some of our graduate students because they will be your teaching assistants for the fall semester in many of your courses, but especially in first year biology. There's such a wide range of expertise in our department. So whether you're interested more in, the mammal side of things, if you're more interested in getting out in the field, and whether it's through conservation efforts, or you're more interested in food webs, if human genetics is your area, I promise you, you will be able to find not only a faculty member who has expertise in that area, but also a course, at least one, that will help spark your interest and help you learn a little bit more about that. Just because you declare a biology major and you declare a concentration at the start of your program, it doesn't mean you have to stick to it. Your interests are going to evolve as you go through courses, so don't worry about limiting yourself. The program's designed that you can change to a different area of study if you want to. So these are the programs that we currently offer for all undergraduate students: a biology major, a biology honors, and a biology co-op. And I'll get into each of those in a few slides' time. We also have optional concentrations. So for any student who declares a major, you have the option to declare one of these concentrations. It absolutely isn't required, but we found that this design helps students to focus their studies. Most students do meet with me, and I'm able to help them pick the courses they need, but sometimes students are more comfortable doing it on their own, and I completely understand that. And the concentrations are a great way to guide you because we have a set number of courses, and you just have to take 6 courses from this list, and that will earn you your concentration. So it's a bit of a guide to get you through your major if you don't meet with me regularly. We also work with a number of other departments in the Faculty of Science to offer joint majors and joint honors programs. So when you graduate, you actually have an expertise in 2 different subject areas. The only joint major we currently offer is with the Ocean Sciences, Department of Ocean Sciences. I'm so used to calling it the Ocean Sciences Center that I forget sometimes they've become a department. So it's a joint honors and a joint major in marine biology. So students in that program take an equal number of biology and ocean science courses. The rest of the joint programs are focused specifically on being an honors student. And an honors student is just sort of a step above what you would complete as a major. And I will get into a little bit more detail about that. But right now we have a joint honors with biology, biochemistry, earth sciences, 2 in psychology, and 1 in statistics. The 1 in statistics is probably our least popular, but we're hoping to see more students enroll in that program. So, by the numbers, this is what a biology major is. A Bachelor of Science at Memorial is 40 courses. Whichever department you're in, 15 of those will be specific to your major. So for us, it's 15 in biology. Some of those core courses are the ones that you see on the right-hand side. So your intros, your cell, genetics, ecology, evolution, and animal physiology. Students have an option. They can choose between a number of different physiology courses, but I've just listed animal physiology as it tends to be our most popular. And the 8 biology electives, this is where your choice as a student comes in. This is where you get to choose courses, be it for a concentration or just a subject area in biology that you're interested in. For example, a lot of our students are using this degree as the first stepping stone to get into med school. So for some of the biology electives, you might be interested in endocrinology or we now allow students to take mid 310A and B and count them as biology courses, and those are human anatomy and physiology courses. So that's where your choice comes in to design the program that you want to learn about subjects and biology that you want to learn. The other general courses, we'll say, are your intro and organic chems, your biochemistries, English, physics, math, and a number of general electives. The general electives are any 3 credit hour course offered by Memorial. They can be business, science, arts, human kinetics, and recreation. It's really up to you. And a lot of students will use those general electives and craft a minor out of them. So biology honors, the main difference between that and the major is that we make you do fewer general electives, but more biology electives. So basically, you have 6 additional biology electives that you get to take, as well as 499A and B. And this is your undergraduate thesis. This is a major research paper that you work on under the supervision of a faculty member. You design the experiment with their help. You run, you know, determine the materials and methods, gather your data, and then at the end you get to publicly defend it within the department. Not as scary as it sounds, trust me. It's a great way to figure out if grad school might be something that you're interested in because you're committing just to a short 2-semester thesis as opposed to a 2 to 2.5 year graduate level thesis. So if it's something that you're interested in, or if you're interested in pursuing research, I think considering an honors as an option I highly recommend it. I think it's a great choice. And the final option is biology co-op. And just to make it really confusing, you compare the biology co-op with either a major or with an honors. If you are even considering doing either of those options, please come see me as soon as you make that decision so I can help you plan your courses. Because with co-op, it is going to add at least 1 semester to your degree. And that's just because of how the work terms are structured. All 3 work terms are paid. Yay, that's great. And it's an opportunity to network and see, okay, this is what my career could be like if I pursue this particular area of biology. You get to establish some connections so that upon graduation, you have those contacts if you're looking for employment. It can get a little tricky in the last work term. The last work term has to be held in a winter or a fall semester. So I won't get into the details, but it's very important that students considering this option, you really should speak with me as soon as possible. I just want to make sure that we're planning things correctly so that you can finish on time. A number of biology courses are offered at the Bombay Field Station located on the West Coast. And I will say, I'll put the disclaimer on COVID and public health restrictions pending. We are hoping that we will be able to offer our usual suite of biology field courses at the Bombay Field Station this upcoming summer. These courses are great if you want to get hands-on specimen collection experience. Sometimes the experience you get in a biology lab is quite different from what you get out in the field and is really good if you're a student and you have the opportunity to experience both. By far, the most popular course is 4912, which is marine mammals. It was taught by a whale scientist that would come up from Seattle, I believe, and she taught it for us. So learning about the orca population off the coast, the west coast of Newfoundland, it's a pretty interesting course. Any of these courses I would recommend to any student, regardless of what your focus is in biology, because it's good to get out and get that natural environment type of experience. We also offer field courses in the United Kingdom. Now these have been suspended for the time being because again, global pandemic, but we are hoping that we will be able to offer them again soon. The selection is slim compared to Bombay. It's just 2 courses. They're offered back to back. This is more of an experience, I suppose, compared to the Bombay courses. you get to see specimens in the Natural History Museum and in Whipsnade Zoo. So things that you wouldn't normally get to see as a biology student in Newfoundland. Obviously, these courses are quite more expensive because there's airfare involved, but again, something to consider for the last year of your program. Yes. Okay. So just generally speaking, this is what the first year of a biology program could look like. And this is just a template. I design programs specifically for each student. So really, there's no two students in our department who have the exact same schedule. Um, this is just something to give you an idea when you start to plan. This is what it could look like. Some students, for example, may not come into the program having done high school chemistry. So you'll take chemistry 1010 in the fall semester, and we'll move 1050 to the winter. What we're looking for biology majors is that you have completed the first two biology courses with at least a 65 combined average, and that you have completed your 6 credit hours in critical reading and writing. So that can be 2 first-year English courses or an English course, and there's a wide variety of other CRW courses you can take: history, philosophy, political science. And then your first 2 chemistries or your first 2 physics. We recognize that not every student can complete both sets in their first year. My recommendation is always do the chemistries first. We can fit physics in your second year if we need to. And again, this is a general template for what second year would look like. Something that students who are considering honors should note is that the top 2 courses in each semester, so 2250, 2600, 2016, 2900, those are required in order to be considered for the honors program. This is what we call our core biology courses. They're genetics, cell, evolution, and ecology. So what we're looking for is that you get a 65% in each of those courses, or a combined average of 75. So maybe your cell biology course, you didn't get quite as high of a rank as you hoped. As long as the average is 75% combined across those 4 courses, you still would be eligible for the honors program. And now that I've finished boring you with the details, I'll just put up my contact information. I believe this is my new office in the core science facility. Don't quote me on that. We're still being assigned some rooms. But I will have additional information on that, and you can always reach me at this email address. And I will hand things back over.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jody. So we'll see if there's any questions from any of the students who are watching. It's completely okay if you don't have a question that you can think of right now. You can always email Jody, myself, or Alyssa for any questions regarding biology. With that said, I'm going to let Alyssa introduce herself and what she does in the Bio Society.
Hey everyone, can you guys hear me good? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm Alyssa. I'm going into my 4th year of a biology degree with a concentration in health professions. And for the Bio Society, there are 12 positions available. We're currently filled up for the executive team this year, but if any of you want to get more involved with MUN in general, or especially biology, definitely something to consider for the future. So our 12 positions include president, vice president, I wrote them down, social rep, treasurer. We have 2 general reps, as well as a 4th year rep, a 3rd year rep, a 2nd year rep, a science rep, a sports rep, and then lastly, a environmental rep. So the Bio Society as a whole, we put off events throughout the year to try and engage students so that, you get to make more friends that are in your degree or along the same faculty. And we also want to make sure that all of you are aware of all of the opportunities that MUN and biology can offer you, such as like volunteer experiences, or even just like help with courses or opinions on courses. I know personally that throughout the past few years at MUN, I was always so indecisive about which courses to take over the other, and BIOS was such a big help with that. I'd mention 2 or 3 into a group, and so many people would respond back explaining, oh, this one was really, really fun, I think you'd enjoy it, or this one was a lot of work, but the lab was amazing, and so that really helped out too. So some of the events we put off throughout the year include things just like mixers, a way for all of us to just get together in one place, introduce ourselves, meet some new people. And we also do things that could benefit you, such as an honors mixer. So as Jody mentioned, honors is definitely a really great option to consider. And the honors mixers, we're able to get a lot of the faculty members that do research at MUN and that host honor students. And we give you guys the opportunity to meet with all of them, discuss what their type of research, and that way you can consider which you may want to work with in the future and open up some possibilities for that. So there's lots of things that we do, and if any of you guys have questions about getting involved, feel free to send me a message, or even Ayla. She's also part of our BIOS exec this year, and of course, always Jody. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if you want any more information, you can pop them in the chat now too, if you like.
Thanks, Alyssa. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, as you know, a science student, someone who's interested in biology, to come to these events. They're open to first-year students, second-year students, anyone who's in biology or just doing science in general right now. It's a super good way to meet people who are interested in the same things as you, meet people in your classes. So would definitely recommend doing that. And who knows, maybe later on in your degree, you'll want to be one of the executive members and help plan all these events. So as a biology student, I had a lot of questions about, course selection. So I just want to kind of cover some things that I have thought of that I think might be helpful for you guys to know. So when I first came into my first year, I was kind of intimidated by going into a biology degree because it included some courses that I was scared of. And I'm sure a lot of you might be looking at the courses that Jody had just put up for this template schedule you can follow. It might be like, uh-oh, this is not what I want to do. Some of those courses may include physics and organic chemistry. And let me tell you that they seem scary, but you get through them so fast. And honestly, the support system that you'll have in your classes and by your professors is amazing and will help you, hopefully succeed in the class. So unfortunately, as someone who didn't quite love physics that much, you do have to take physics 1020 and 1021. Those are like your baseline physics. So as someone who didn't do physics in high school, those are the ones that I went into. Honestly, they're not that bad. Don't be scared of them. Again, a lot of the senior members of BIOS or people in the biology faculty are more than happy to give advice on these courses as people who have already gone through them. Another course that I know is a frequently asked question for those who are going into a biology degree is organic chemistry. I guess people are afraid they're not going to pass it. It might scare some people away from the degree. And I'm just going to let you guys know that if that is a thought that you might have, and it was certainly a thought I have, don't let that stop you, because after you're finished your organic chemistry, you are in for all the great biology courses. You can go from there. So, BIOS does, some tutoring from the society room. Other faculties do that as well. So you're always free to come to us for help. There's also great help centers at MUN to help you with all those scary courses. So I just want to say that to hopefully, ease your mind with some of those things. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I'm going to put my email in the chat box in case you have any questions about BIOS or, any student life questions that maybe you don't want to ask a faculty member. So that is my email there. Alyssa, you can also throw yours in there since you are the BIOS president if you're still here. I don't see your camera. But yeah, I want to thank all of the students out here for, taking time just to learn a little bit more about biology, and thank Jody and Alyssa for taking time to, speak on behalf of the biology faculty. So yeah, that's all we have for today. I'll stick around and see if there's any questions, but yeah, you guys are free to go if you'd like.
I think we had one question in the chat.
No, that was just from me there. That was me putting my email in. Unless I didn't see it. It might have been to you individually if you do have one there.
Okay.
I also just sent my email to the group as well, and I just was responding to a private message. So,
Jody, would you be able to put your email in the chat?
Sure. And I do apologize if you just heard a dog whine. My dog is in my office with me and he wants some attention.
That is okay. Perfect. Thank you guys. And also before we have everyone leave, if you are interested in learning about psychology, brain chemistry, neuroscience, we have another session for today at 3 o'clock. Again, just through WebEx, the links can be found in your email, and you get to meet the psychology advisor, Tibber, there, and also society member as well to learn a little bit more about psychology. So I think that's everything. All of our emails are in the chat, so you guys are all free to leave now if you want. Thanks, Jody. Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you for hosting the session.
Yeah, no problem.